Today's tip is to pump some iron. All of the cells in our bodies contain iron. However, it's mostly found in our red blood cells. We don't really notice the benefits of iron in our body. However, we will definitely notice when we have a deficiency. This mineral is vital to the proper function of hemoglobin and myoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein that's found in our red blood cells, and it's responsible for the transportation of oxygen from the lungs to the body's tissues. And myoglobin makes the acceptance, storage, transportation, and release of oxygen possible in the cells of our muscles. And up to 25% of the iron in our bodies is stored in our cells as ferritin. So, here are a few of the health benefits of getting enough iron. First, it improves muscle function. As I mentioned earlier, iron is present in the muscle tissues and helps to provide the supply of oxygen required for the contraction of muscles. Without it, muscles lose their tone and elasticity. Muscle weakness is one of the most obvious signs of iron deficiency anemia. Iron increases brain function. Since oxygen supply in the blood is aided by iron and the brain uses almost 20% of the blood oxygen, iron is directly related to brain health. Proper blood flow in the brain boosts your concentration and cognitive performance. Iron boosts immunity. It plays a key role in providing strength to the immune system. Hemoglobin is necessary for providing oxygen to damaged tissues, organs, and cells. Without iron, there would be no hemoglobin. So, how do we ensure that our bodies are getting enough of this critical mineral? The best way to pump our iron is through our diet. Now first, there are two types of dietary iron, categorized as heme or animal sources and non-heme or plant sources. Heme iron is the most easily absorbed by the body, and it's found in animal sources because it's derived from hemoglobin. It's found in animal foods that originally contained hemoglobin, such as red meats, fish, and poultry. Actually, meat, poultry, and seafood also contain non-heme iron. Now, non-heme iron is found in plant-based foods, and it's a little harder to absorb because it requires our bodies to perform a few more metabolic processes. Non-heme iron is found in nuts, beans, soy, vegetables, and fortified grains. Now, vitamin C improves the absorption of iron. Vitamin C-rich foods like citrus fruits, strawberries, peppers, and broccoli, eaten with non-heme iron foods, will increase the availability of iron. It's also important to note that there are some foods that block or reduce iron absorption, like the polyphenols in cereal and legumes, the tannins in coffee and tea, and the phosphates in carbonated beverages. So just try not to consume these foods along with your iron-rich foods. So the best sources of heme iron is beef or chicken liver, mussels, and oysters, with 3.5 milligrams of iron per serving. Now, if that doesn't float your boat, you can get 3.5 milligrams of non-heme iron in cooked beans, tofu, and iron-fortified cereals. Good sources of heme iron that contain 2.1 milligrams per serving is cooked beef and canned sardines. You can get the same amount of non-heme iron in chickpeas, dried apricots, pumpkin seeds, and sesame seeds. Other good sources of iron include salmon, tuna, nuts, broccoli, spinach, and dark chocolate, at least 45%. So broccoli seems like it was designed by nature to fuel our bodies with iron. Not only does it contain iron, it also contains vitamin C to help our body absorb that iron. Sounds like a great case to add some broccoli to your next meal plan. So, if you want some more ideas, follow the link in the show notes for an easy iron boosting recipe. If you have trouble getting enough iron from food sources or you have other health issues, you might need an iron supplement. But speak to your healthcare provider about the proper dosage first and follow their instructions carefully. As I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, our bodies store iron, so very little is excreted from our body, leaving us at risk for a buildup of iron in our tissues and organs. Although iron toxicity from food sources is very rare, overdoses are possible with iron supplements. So, iron is an essential mineral in the human body. Fill your plate with some of the iron-rich foods I mentioned, and you will reap the rewards of a strong immune system, optimal energy, focus, and concentration. Willpower not required. Thanks so much for listening. I'd love to hear from you, so send me your tips, questions, or feedback. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Fired Up Fitness Coaching, or email me at willpowernotrequired@firedupfitness.ca. Thanks so much. I look forward to connecting with you.